Legal team insisting the dismissal is, quote, yet another confirmation that these lawsuits are built on falsehoods, not facts. Civil suit against Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs, a woman who accused the two hip-hop artists of sexual assault when she was 13, dropping that lawsuit on Friday. Diddy and Jay-Z denying any wrongdoing. Jay-Z calling the allegations frivolous, fictitious, and appalling.
Courtroom silence was shattered when Jay-Z reportedly turned to Sean Diddy Combs and delivered a line that instantly electrified every corner of the media. "I'm not taking the fall for you." The atmosphere in the room shifted. Heads turned. Attorneys froze. What had been a carefully staged proceeding suddenly became the epicenter of a real-life drama that had been brewing behind the scenes for years. And just like that, the mask of unity between two of hip-hop's biggest moguls cracked in front of everyone. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
In the then 13-year-old's account, which supposedly this took place at the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards. Her father had driven her to the location. The father then said he didn't really remember doing that, so that there weren't enough facts.
So the accuser in the civil suit dismissed the lawsuit with prejudice, which means they can't file it again. Do we know why?
Well, it's going away entirely, and they did not give a reason. But the defense for Jay-Z and for Sean Combs had said there were glaring inconsistencies to establish what she alleged, even though at first her attorneys stood by her until just this past Friday.
Sources inside the courtroom say Jay-Z's tone was sharp, controlled, but unmistakably furious. This wasn't the typical boardroom disagreement or quiet legal maneuvering. This was personal. Tension between the two music giants had long been rumored but never confirmed, until now. What triggered the confrontation remains disputed, but several insiders claim it came after Diddy's legal team attempted to subtly implicate others in a widening federal investigation. Jay-Z, once a collaborator and occasional ally of Diddy, wasn't going to be made into collateral damage. Witnesses say Jay-Z stood his ground, refusing to even make eye contact with Diddy as the two found themselves on opposing sides of a legal firestorm.
We haven't heard that he is going to do anything more with regard to this lawsuit, but his attorney has certainly threatened to impose sanctions against the plaintiff's attorney.
Now, in a statement, Jay-Z said, in part, "The trauma that my wife, my children, loved ones, and I have endured can never be dismissed." Is there any chance that he takes some sort of legal recourse here?
That effort may go away now that the lawsuit has been dropped, but Jay-Z has said even in other legal filings that he suffered financial harm, that he suffered, certainly as the statement reflects, emotional harm.
For months, speculation had swirled that Diddy's name had surfaced in connection with a string of suspicious financial transactions, non-disclosure payouts, and now, more troubling, hidden operations behind shell companies. But what had been whispered in corners became thunder in court. Jay-Z had had enough. Legal experts believe Jay-Z's blunt declaration may mark a turning point in the case. This wasn't just a personal statement. One attorney close to the situation noted, it was a legal line in the sand. With the music industry watching and federal investigators circling, Jay-Z had effectively cut ties, emotionally, strategically, and possibly permanently. In private circles, associates say Jay-Z had grown increasingly frustrated with Diddy's erratic behavior and growing legal troubles. He's been distancing himself for a while, one source confirmed. That courtroom moment was just the explosion after months of pressure building. Others say the two men had already clashed behind closed doors, but Jay-Z had kept it quiet.
And Diddy, right now we know, is in a New York jail. He's facing federal charges. What do we know about what's next for him?
He is due to go on trial this spring, and then all of this is going to get an airing because of the allegations and of all the lawsuits against Combs in particular. This one may have been the most difficult. because the allegation involved a woman who says she was 13 at the time. His legal team has said he did not sexually assault anyone, he did not sex traffic anyone, and they believe that this lawsuit being dismissed involving the Alabama woman who says she was 13 is going to be the beginning.
Until Diddy tried to drag him into the storm. What makes this more than just a celebrity falling out is the gravity of the accusations swirling around Diddy. The courtroom was thick with anticipation, reporters filling the benches, pens scratching furiously as rumors turned into open allegations. When Diddy's legal team referenced partnerships, shared ventures, and former co-investments, Jay-Z's name kept bubbling to the surface. That's when, according to multiple eyewitnesses, Jay-Z leaned forward and cut through the noise. "I'm not taking the fall for you." The room froze. Diddy reportedly looked stunned, caught off guard by the public rebuke. His team tried to pivot, but it was too late. The damage was done. That one sentence made headlines before the hearing had even concluded. Commentators across cable news and social media exploded with theories. Was Jay-Z protecting himself from future legal entanglements? Was he aware of more than he was saying? Was this just the beginning of a deeper fracture in the upper echelons of the music empire? For Jay-Z, it seemed clear. Survival came first. Whatever allegiance once existed between him and Diddy had vanished the moment his name became a risk. Insiders say Beyoncé was fully in support of his decision to draw the line. "They've built an empire too clean to be tainted by someone else's mess," one close family friend said. "Jay has too much to lose." Even those loyal to Diddy are now reassessing their ties. Some producers and business partners have reportedly gone quiet, pulling back from public support. Record label insiders have begun reviewing old contracts, and whispers suggest a number of companies may be preparing for impact. If Jay-Z's move signals the beginning of a broader unraveling, Diddy could find himself dangerously isolated, abandoned by the very names that once stood proudly at his side. Still, there are those defending Diddy, arguing that the courtroom moment is being blown out of proportion. One longtime associate claimed Jay-Z's words were taken out of context. But when asked directly whether the confrontation happened, they hesitated. The silence spoke volumes. As for Jay-Z, he walked out of the courtroom composed, flanked by attorneys and his team refusing to answer any press questions. His expression was calm, but his body language was unmistakable. He had drawn the line. No more favors, no more silence, no more shielding anyone else's truth. Now, as the legal battle deepens and more revelations are expected to surface, the spotlight has shifted. It's no longer just about Diddy's actions, it's about who knew what, who stayed silent, and who's finally ready to talk. Jay-Z has made his choice clear. He's not taking the fall for anyone. And that choice might change everything.